we talk about His Excellency saying we ought to take into consideration the rarity, the enduring value, and the developmental good when compared to synthetics. Let's just, again, just in case somebody's just wondering, confused, the value that natural diamonds has actually, done for us as a nation. Just give us that background.
Okay, thank you very much, Khomatso. And I think looking back at taking a background, as Botswana, we are very, very clear. We are a natural diamond producer, and we are a natural diamond country. What does that mean? We mine natural diamonds, and we want to stick to everything that has done well and good for Botswana from the natural diamonds. We are very much aware of other diamonds, as they call them, lab-grown or lab-created, they say. But we are saying there will always be that differentiation. We look at the rarity of this diamond and its value in terms of all the values that you know, sentimental and otherwise, and this other one where we believe that it has got its space where it plays. We believe there's a distinct differentiation between naturals and LGDs or lab-grown diamonds. And we also believe that this market is expected to settle somewhere around 10%. We are sitting at 75% thereabouts market share. So we believe that for us not to confuse our consumer, we got to drum everything about natural diamonds, what it has done to the communities where it has been mined, and what good has it done to Botswana as an example in terms of the infrastructural development and everything else that we see here in Botswana.
Okay. You talk about we have to drum the distinction between that which is made from the lab and that which comes from the ground, considering that we are one of the largest producer of diamond globally. But perhaps let's just talk about the story of synthetics doesn't begin today. It's something that, I mean, from decades ago, we've been talking synthetics, but we are seeing that conversation now has heightened. What has happened here?
Well, as you know, anything that is affordable, other people, there will be a market for it, you see. And it is mostly in the fashion or costume jewelry space. Young brides would also want to not postpone their due date, and therefore they would want to maybe go for something that they can afford. But you also know that if you value or you've got sentiment on something that you really believe in, you are going to go for the right thing that you want. It's like buying or renting some cheap accommodation, but later on you build your luxury house that you've always wanted. Let me just get to now just the history behind these lab growns. You would know that we are a partner with De Beers, yeah, and we are saying anything that can present a threat or presents a threat to you, you need to study it, you need to understand it. That is why, as Botswana, 15% shareholder in De Beers currently, yes, we monitored everything that De Beers had to do in terms of the light box, the company that was manufacturing these lab growns, you see. And to do that, you want to understand how it is impacting the market, you want to understand the pricing, because you also want to make sure that people understand where this thing is coming from, because you don't want to taint it or contaminate it with our natural diamonds. By so doing, you will actually be tainting the value of your natural diamonds. The second thing about provenance, which is really taking where this thing is coming from, is to make sure that it does not come and contaminate your natural diamonds and therefore devalue those natural diamonds. Let me give an example. If people now, because they can access this cheap product, they start mixing it with your own natural diamonds, it is going to drag the value of the natural diamonds down. And therefore, that is where we lose our value because our economy hinges on that. So we are very much intent on making sure that we understand each and every bit about lab grows without necessarily legitimizing lab grows.
Okay, I think let's just go back to the JCK show where some of the talking points that came from some of the presentations that were made, particularly by you, Honorable Minister, was that Botswana is taking proactive steps to uphold the natural diamond and to really showcase the superiority of natural diamonds over lab grown. You just mentioned now that through the partnership with De Beers, of course, there was that research, for lack of a better word, into lab grown. We understand De Beers was at it since 2018. For 6 years, they were at it. Would we say we are able now to sit here and talk about the superiority of natural diamonds and everything else because of that particular, the last 6 years that De Beers were figuring out lab-grown diamonds?
You'll understand that right from way back, we've been spending quite an amount of money on the marketing of natural diamonds. And together with our partners, De Beers and the likes of Signet as well, there's extra money, $20 million added onto the marketing campaign for these natural diamonds. You'll also note that recently De Beers has announced that it is ceasing the creation of synthetic diamonds from its light box, you see. But we'll continue to monitor the technology. We're acquiring machines that can actually tell you whether this is a natural diamond or a lab-created diamond. Why? Because we want to ensure that people know the provenance of where the diamond is coming from. They can pride themselves in what that natural diamond has done for them and for the communities in which they trade. We believe the value of lab-grown possibly lies in technology somewhere. But figures don't lie. When you look at the figures, continually, the prices are falling like that. If I was to give a little example, just taking the months of January to April, in 2021, gross profit from these lab-growns, whereby there was a survey of 1,500 jewelers in the United States, it was sitting at about 222%, you see. The following year, the same period, it was at 68%. That's 2022. In 2023, it was sitting at 34%. And now, the first 4 months of 2024, it is at 11%. We are seeing this continual decline in this. And once people see this as in a business, they'll bolt or do something else different from what they've been doing. And that is where we anchor as Natural Diamonds, to continue promoting and telling the Botswana story like we told it in the United States at the recent JCK show. So there's a saying that, yes, believe in what you do and promote it to the best of your knowledge. But remember, no strategy is static. Yeah, we'll continue to monitor what is happening globally, and who knows, in a few years there might be a change story. Yeah, but currently, as we stand, we are just focused on the natural diamonds, and we're going to drive them like that.
Okay.
And we are happy that De Beers has stopped creating them.
I think it's quite interesting. You talk of a strategy again from the JCK show. You did mention that there are strategic initiatives to bolster the marketing of natural diamonds, and you talk about the Botswana story and how we mine, and of course the developmental good that the diamonds has done for the Botswana story. Besides going to shows like the GK show, besides going to platforms like, you know, perhaps the mining Daba, where we talk about the story of Botswana and diamonds, what's other things are we doing to really push the Botswana story and push the natural diamond story?
Well, we've also come into membership of organizations like the Natural Diamond Council, Antwerp World Diamond Council, and others, you see, whereby we can have various platforms to educate people around natural diamonds and the value it has created for us and the value it continues to give to us and the value that it will create for future generations. You would also understand that we've recently gotten the secretariat of the Kimberley Process Certification Scheme. So all of this, wherever we are, we continue to educate people about it. Because when somebody also can identify with what this natural diamond has done for me, it is easier for them to understand. And they can also now say their Botswana story around these. So it is important that we continue to drum this. And by so doing now, add other components of the economy so that people see what has happened. Bring in our tourism, our wildlife, bring in other goods like on the agricultural space, the beef of Botswana, so that people see that from here we use this money to create other welfare issues for the country and for Botswana.
Okay. I think it's quite interesting again that in 2022, 100.4 billion was generated out of lab-grown revenue, and it is estimated that by 2032, the figures would go up to 155.5 billion. And here we are talking about the natural diamond and the value it has given to us as a country. Let's just talk about the potential impact should we see a rise beyond what the numbers here, the potential impact to us as a nation.
Yeah, it shouldn't just be the figures you've mentioned. It should also be out of those figures, how much did those people plying in the business make, and what has it done to the communities in which they operate. You see, because that is where value is, because you may have high revenues, but have those revenues generated into tangible profits that can sustain your business. You will see now that some of the companies that were in this business are now changing their strategy to something else, you see. So that is why I'm saying it is important to note the good that the diamond has done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is where we can show a lot of things here in Botswana. Other producer countries can show a lot of things that has done good to the communities in which it is being mined. So I believe that, but like I said earlier, nothing is static, you see. That is why we've acquired machines that can track these lab growns, so that we don't mix them with our naturals, but also to understand what is happening there. What is very good currently is that from a pricing point of view, we can see where it is going. Mm-hmm. And it is just one way, southwards, you see. So that is what we will continue to monitor, because that way we can now tell a better story to our consumers. Yeah, you see.
Why do you suppose it is when we talk about telling a better story to our consumers? We all know the diamonds are forever story, and scholars, particularly of marketing, talk about the diamonds are forever as the greatest invention ever. The fact that these diamonds are for development value similarly appears to have such greater value. What is it about this story that resonates so well with our consumers?
Well, I think when you say diamonds are forever, you also look, you can't live out the good that it has done to people, you see. And once lives have been transitioned to better, that is what resonates with a lot of people. And we can talk about what we've seen in those, but we can't talk about anything we've seen on lab growns, except that, yes, you'll have that piece of jewelry which doesn't last long, and then you have to change it in a few years, you see. But this diamond lasts. In fact, you can keep adding on to it because it is natural, it is rare, it is beautiful, you see. And I keep humming on this thing of what good has it done for your people. Yeah, that is what really puts us onto this natural diamond story.
But it appears we generally, the diamond from a Botswana context, for lack of a better word, somebody could say it's under siege. We see the growth of lab grown. Now there is the G7 decision with Antwerp and provenance being issues around it. It just appears like there's a lot that's going on as far as the diamond of binding is concerned.
No, let's talk figures that are there, you see. Just in April, sales fell 5.7% year on year, marking the 5th consecutive month of sales decline, you see. And we continue to see that. And we also continue to see the trend where it is going in terms of that, you see. So I don't think any business person should miss that from these lab growns, you see. Yeah. If you want to sell something that attracts a lot of volume and is cheap on the price, yes, you'll do that, and you can sell lots of them because now your profit margin will only be boosted by the volumes that you sell, you see. Okay. But here we're talking quality, a luxury good, and it's there to stay. And it's in the luxury goods market that you want to play. So from last year, prices fell. They continue to fall 23%. If you look at the cost of goods sold as well, they are falling. In April, 43% down, declining on the average price. So those are the key things that you look into to see whether you are in it for the long or short term. So, and despite the slump in sales, which is affected by various things, geopolitical climate and others, you see, but you still see the resilience of that natural diamonds, you see. So you've got to be in for the long run. We want patient capital.
The resilience of natural diamonds. As we come to the end of our conversation, surely the ambassadors are every citizen of this country. Wherever they go, they ought to be able to tell the story the same way you tell it. As we wrap up our conversation, what do we say to a Motswana who's traveling and needs to be saying to people, natural diamonds are the way to go?
Well, that Motswana must just say, I'm here traveling. I was able to do that because he's been to school. He can access healthcare. He can travel the world. And he can do his own thing or her own thing, thanks to the diamonds, thanks to everything that the diamonds have done for this country, you see. And therefore, continue to drum it, protect it, because Botswana will protect our natural diamonds with everything that we've got, you see. But we are not taking the cue of lab growns, because for you to understand, you need to know your enemy and know it very well, so that you can counter those strategies of lab growns.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister Lefoko, Moagi, Minister of Minerals and Energy, speaking to us about the legacy that natural diamonds has created in this country, the social impact, and of course, the development value. And that this position is quite clear. Botswana is punting natural diamonds are the way to go, simply by the value that they have created for this nation and beyond. Le kana statistics Botswana le sign tubalano le la kwadiso di kgwebo la companies and intellectual property SIPA go bereka mmogo.
Its objective is clear: to foster a collaborative relationship aimed at delivering reliable, accurate, and up-to-date statistics that inform critical domains such as business cycle indicators.
Di go se lefatshe leno di tla tlhatlhelwa dikitso go ka kgona go itebaganya le tiro ya bone sentle.
Re ntse nna le tshwaragano le batho ka go farologana go leka go tlhatlhella borara go ba ruta ka se boeteledipele e leng sone le gore ba ka tlisa diphetogo ka popego e ntseng jalo. tshwaragano ya rona le ba Botswana National Productivity Center ka gore runtuntsha on strategic leadership and change management.
Barui ba kgonelwa go inaakanya le tiriso ya maranyane mo thuong ya bone.
The government is working tirelessly to complement the efforts of the farmers, such as yourselves, by improving agricultural production and removing obstacles.
Le gantse le tse dingwe di a latela kgante jana ka nako ya bosupa di tla ka Benson Phuthego.
Bagaetso go gola o le ngwana o tsamaetswe ke batsadi ga go reye gore ka ha o tshelang ka teng le tla lemoga gore bana ba tshela ka methale e harologaneng ke sekao sa botshelo ba ngwana yo golang a sena batsadi ke godile botlhoko